They say the world is run by principles. And after listening to episode 97 of the King Dems Economic Podcast with Matthew Adai, I believe that now more than ever. My name is Adewale Deborah Iyioluwa, and this is my entry for the King Dems Economic Impact Challenge. One principle that stood out for me is this: real wealth is portable, that is, knowledge, education is key. Steele's story started during the COVID-19 lockdown period, a time of uncertainty, but also a time where he and his brothers chose to build. From a hedge fund trader to a tech founder, he transitioned into creating Cash Black, a socially driven platform built to support Black-owned businesses. But what I found powerful was not just the innovation, it was the evolution from passion to profit. From the social mission to help Black businesses, they realized that in order to continue doing good, they needed to become financially viable. Now, let's look at where we are. According to recent data gotten from the National Bureau of Statistics, Nigeria's youth unemployment rate stands at a rate of about 7.2%. The implication of this is that nearly half of our young population in Nigeria, they are either jobless or they are stuck doing less than what they are capable of. What is worse, our education system isn't exactly equipping them with practical, analytical, and critical skills that they need to survive, let alone thrive. So this is how lessons from the podcast comes in. Matthew, he spoke about how the Black community actually suffers from a lack of synergy. So that hits me because it mirrors Nigeria's own challenge. We don't exactly build for each other or with each other. And his advice to young people looking to start a tech business: build a community, think global, act local. You cannot do it alone. You actually need people around you. And that is the solution to the problem of youth unemployment. Businesses should be born out of the passion to solve real problems. The goal is to create young entrepreneurs who are equipped with real skills and not just certificates. He also mentioned one powerful strategy for young founders: make noise about the good you're doing, because of pride, but for more visibility, and so support can come in. Basically, you're transitioning from passion to profitability. Nigeria has thousands of brilliant youth startups trying to tackle everything from agriculture to fintech, but we actually need a system that celebrates and supports these efforts. Imagine if the government and the private sector came together, not just to support individuals, but to spotlight young people who are actually solving real problems. Give them tax breaks, give them fundings. That is how you build ecosystems, not just success stories. One of the initiatives to put the young ones on the right track is to surround them with role models that they can look up to. If every Nigerian youth begins to take up that same responsibility, to chase knowledge and not just grades, to learn beyond the classroom, it will actually be possible for us to begin to close the unemployment gap. And that is something that we can empower through tech platforms, mentorship hubs, and digital learning communities. And lastly, the idea that struck me the most: success begins from starting. Young Nigerians have the ideas. What they lack is belief, funding, and mentorships. Imagine if we also created a tech-driven platform that would connect the unemployed youths with mentorship opportunities and business opportunities, similar to how Cashback connects Black-owned businesses with support. A Nigerian version of that will begin to shift mindsets and even push youth towards creating successful business ventures. This is not a dream, this is a blueprint, and we already have the resources, youthful energy, digital access, and the hunger to thrive. So what we need is to inspire action, foster belief, and equip our generation with the tools to turn potential into prosperity. And that is what this podcast inspired in me. A vision of Nigeria where our youths are not just seeking jobs, but creating them. And to build that future, we need to build ourselves, just like Matthew did. Thank you.